Today, we're looking at the super easy and secure installation of our Hob Knob enhanced charging handle. In the package you received, you'll find your Hob Knob, a hardware pack with 5 screws and a hex key wrench, and your instruction sheet. Also, you should get yourself some blue Loctite, which every AK owner absolutely has to have. Now, before we get started, let's always remember to follow proper firearm safety procedures. Now, while it's not strictly necessary to field strip the rifle, in order to do this installation, I find it makes things a little more comfortable. So I'll get these two guys set aside here. And you don't need to remove the bolt carrier, just pull it back a little bit. Gives you some easier access. Now, in this hardware pack, you have 1 short screw, 2 medium length screws, and 2 longer screws. And we have the different size screws because that allows you to fine tune the fitment of your Hob Knob to the curvature on your particular rifle. That curvature can change from rifle to rifle depending on its country of origin. Now, at first we're going to install these without Loctite so we can trial fit and make sure we got the right size screws in their right locations. The short 1/4 inch screw always goes in at the very top at the 12 o'clock position. And then the longer screws are going in at the front and the back, which is going to roughly be the 9 o'clock and the 3 o'clock positions. Now, at the top of the charging handle, where the handle itself meets the body of the bolt carrier, there's a slight indentation right up here at the very top. We utilize that indentation to our best advantage. The short 1/4 inch screw that goes in at the top has to fit into that little recess. That's how we're able to guarantee that this Hob Knob will never fall off on you. Now, as we first put this on, right here, we want to gently tighten that top screw until we feel it just touch the metal underneath. As we're doing that, we're going to kind of wiggle it side to side here a little bit, letting it kind of settle in and find its home, if you will. Once we do that, now we come around to the front and we lightly tighten that one, just figure tight for right now until we feel it touch metal underneath, and do the same thing at the rear location. There we are, lightly touching on all 3 locations. So from this, I can see that the top screw and the back screw have a nice flush fit to them. The screw at the front is overhanging the surface of the material, so that would get a little uncomfortable on your hand as you're racking the rifle. So from that, we know that the medium length screw would be better at the front than this longer one. So I'm going to pull out that longer screw and replace it with the medium length. There we are, now that fits nice and flush. Now, because the front and rear screws, the ones at the 3 and 9 o'clock position, are not directly opposed, they're offset a little bit. So as you squeeze them, it causes the angle of the Hob Knob to tilt either forward or back. That lets you get it aligned just how you like it. So in this case, we know that we've got our 3 screws selected for length. I'm going to pull this guy back off. I'm going to apply the blue Loctite, and then we're going to put them back on. Just a tiny little drop here. No need to go overboard and slather this thing, and just a tiny little bit will do you. Now, this Hob Knob, the screw size we use in it is a 1/4 20 thread pitch. Now that's a pretty big robust screw for such a little component here. But we do that because, as we know on the AK, simple and robust is good. So we want big beefy screws here. And you don't have tiny little Allen wrenches stripping out. All right, now because these screws are so beefy, we don't give you a torque spec on them. We give you this wrench and we want you to tighten on there good and tight because you're not going to strip that guy out. All right, so I'm looking down here. In my particular case, I like the Hob Knob to extend perpendicular to the center line of the bolt carrier. So I'm carefully adjusting front and rear screws, alternating a little at a time, so I can look at it and fine tune it. There we go. Here we are. Here we are. Get that put away. Wipe that guy off. Let's get this guy put back together. And there you are, just that easy. If this was helpful for you, please like and subscribe. We have more of these videos coming soon. If you don't have your Hob Knob yet, check out the features and function video linked in the end card to this video, or swing by the website and see which color works best on your rifle. Thanks for joining us.